is okay. Stand for the salute.
To allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. Hey, did we have some printed
Agendas are at very first table.
do right back up?
Bring me one. No, Sherry's fine. I don't know. Okay.
Grab me. Just Miss Johnson's 15.
Sorry.
Okay, consideration of the agenda, please.
Move to approve the agenda.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, consent agenda, claims from 12/31/25, claims from 1/9/26, and minutes of 12/9/25.
So I have a couple of questions. Should I ask the motion or doesn't matter? So just curious on first claims from 12/31. The Xana Bloser training, is that Super Kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
I've only ever done them to be handwriting. People, so I'm like confused, like why are we? And then on the 1/9 claims, the time clock plus. How often do we pay the
So-
1,639?
It's a little different this year because we tried to switch to SubSearch Plus, or SubSearch, which interfaces with our time clock. This is actually for InstaSub, this piece.
Insta right?
Okay.
I saw that was
So we tried to go this other route because they integrate with each other, they talk to each other.
right.
But this SubSearch that we paid for it. They installed it, whatever. It doesn't have the ability to text the subs, let them know the jobs are available. They have to check their email to see if the job's available.
Right.
And so I said, we said that's not gonna work. We need our subs to be able to get a text that's the same as the job. Go get it.
Right.
So they posted the credit. We paid for SubSearch. They credit us to the InstaSub invoice. So that is remaining, because InstaSub is more expensive than SubSearch.
Okay.
So we gotta, but we only pay once a year,
Okay, that was my question.
Yes.
How often? Because I'm like,
but that's not the
I was
accurate
thinking
amount.
that's monthly.
Yeah. They
Okay.
credit us for the SubSearch.
Gotcha.
They give us a credit on this invoice, so.
That's paid for.
Yes.
We're good to go.
Thank you, that's my question. Sign that and pass it to you.
Yep. Okay, so I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay. Public comment? We have public comment?
Yeah.
All right. You're fine.
I want,
Yeah, it was me.
thank you. I want to thank you.
I have an agenda. Do we have
They're
it?
over the first thing.
Oh, okay. Glad we were able to do that. Not a lot, but the thought that counts, right? The thought that counts.
Not too much.
Well, we appreciate everybody's, what all of our staff does and everything, so. Thank you. Okay, discussion, do we have anything for discussion? Okay, committee reports, PTO.
Our meeting was short, and sweet. We kind of did a recap of the Christmas store, which was
sorry. That is the school phone ringing on my computer. Can't get it. We reached the PTO or the grocery store. Rallied and did it in one day because the power was out. It still went really well. There's really no events coming up until for PTO until Bunny Bingo in April. Student council has a snow and glow dance in February, but that's not a PTO thing. Anything else I'm missing, Cammy? So that's about it. We didn't even bring out all of those things for the Christmas store. They only brought out about half of it. So they said we may not even need donations next year, but we need to go in and organize. It's kind of a mess again.
I know a box.
Yeah, they were talking about like, oh, maybe we'll do it after Christmas. I'm really glad you didn't. I'm glad it was before.
Yes. Yeah, but we weren't sure if it was gonna happen because if there was power or not. So actually, I think it's still went well.
Yeah, good.
Kids bought a lot of stuff.
We did.
We had some new people coming in to volunteer.
Yes. Yes, we're still trying to rally and get more volunteers for the Friday store. Lily's got some friends to come and learn how it goes. We did put an advertisement on our Facebook page, I think, Facebook page. For people.
I think you said you're covered for this month.
Yep, we're covered for
All right,
January.
so next month, because I was asked that today about the Friday store. Okay, so wants to make sure she can come in. Okay, teacher rep.
I don't prepared. Things are going, I guess.
Yeah, were you here for the September one?
I was, that's why I didn't think I had to come back, so I told them, I'm like, oh, it's not me, and they're like, well, it's like two, and I'm like. Like me, but anyway. Yeah, I don't know, just getting back into the swing of it after Christmas break, that's usually the time that I like to. Yeah, it seems like it's a bigger chunk of uninterrupted, time. So a lot of stuff accomplished and stuff like that. So
I think it might have been October when you were here, because I remember I asked you, how's the 4-day going? You're like, I haven't had enough time yet. So I think,
Yeah.
I think you were here in October.
I was in the fall, I know, so.
Yeah.
I don't know, it seems weird, I hope we can look at that, because for me, we have more time in the day, but I feel like I have less time to do certain things, like there's not a time during the day that a middle school can come and take a test if they were absent, we can't find really a time, because there are no classes that are.
Like study hall or anything?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have, you know what I mean, like that, so that's kind of the struggle, and they only have like the 15 or 20 minutes at lunch before they go, so they try to do that, but it ends up taking them a week to, finish their test, which are 15 minutes or whatever. So there's some glitches that, we discussed or whatever, because but I guess that's it.
Okay,
Unless you guys have any questions.
Hey, Clear Creek Corridor.
I did meet research after our last meeting. Yes, I did. I asked all the clerks. Only a couple clerks got back to me. Evergreen she was great. They have the rolling kind that rolls up against the fence. She said it's hard to manage in snow. Just we also have the swing out kind, and so I sent her the picture of the kind that I had shown you guys. She said, no, but that would have been so much easier. They had the swing out like we have a little entrance where they both swing out. It's just the problem with the snow is you have to have somebody on site. It's going to clear that path when it snows. Like if we're here during the day and it snows, somebody got to go out there and clear the path so you can shut the gates and open the gates. Just they have quite, because it's Evergreen, they have quite a few people on site go out there multiple times during the day in the winter to clear the path. Versus if you don't have that, then I would not go that route.
Do they have that at the elementary as well, or is that just junior high?
I shouldn't specify.
Okay. I don't recall seeing one at their elementary.
She sent me pictures, but I don't know where those were at, because I've never really been down there. Fairmont Egan said they put a gate around the dumpsters to help prevent that. She's like, that the Evergreen disposal charges more money if they have to unlock the gate. And she said it didn't prevent somebody from dumping a couch in their parking lot last summer, so the gate would be great. Teresa and I have been in contact with the company about the intercom speakers from, and we'll continue to pursue this until they are working correctly. We sat through some training on that, and we put Jim in process as well. How did it work for the earthquake drill? Katie said it was good.
It worked really well. There were a couple, so you're able to pre-record someone speaking and play it as a drill. So we did an earthquake drill where my voice came over. It confused the heck out of second graders. I was in their room, but also on the speaker. Giving them directions, how to do it, and then we had the drill. It worked really good. There was a couple classrooms it was too quiet or they didn't get it at all. And so that's kind of always been the issue. You'll get it some, not another, but this is the best I think we've had. As far as
their volume.
they say it's all the way up, so we'll figure that out. But overall, it went pretty good. It was clear, it was loud, and hopefully we'll get to the point where through Teresa and Shannon working so hard that we actually have an intercom system. Because the phones are fine, but if there's anything going on in the classroom, they can't hear us. And so an emergency situation, you have to kind of rely on a walkie or a phone. It's not always the loudest. So it'd be pretty good to have our intercom.
W-2s have gone out, submitted to the state, and the everything is done. So excited. Done. Our audit, if you've noticed, is still not done. I talked to Ross a couple times, and he's been dealing with some health issues, and he's now recruited some help to get caught up. I have 2 trustee positions open. I have candidacy forms for both of those.
Okay, real quick, thing, is there a point at which we get penalized for not having it done by a certain time?
I
Or
think
does it always fall back on the
I think it
auditor?
always falls back on him, because they'll message me when we're late and ask if we've been in contact with him, and then they send him a letter.
Got it.
So Sherry and Christian are up. Christian is finally gonna get you into a 3-year position. You're
Yay.
finally finishing.
Annie?
Annie, I kept wanting to say Andy, I know that was Andy's position. So the last election, finished up in turn. And then policy updates. Because I was saying how hard it was for me to get these policies updated simply. And a lot of them were doing what I was doing. And luckily, one of the clerks, I think it was Swan River, had directions on how to do it it's much easier.
Okay.
It helped me and it helped clerks in the
We
back.
didn't have to start from the beginning and type the whole thing.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay. Principal report.
Great, so the number of courses always in enrollment is already off. I made this last week and now it's wrong. Because we got 2 new kiddos. We got a 1st grader and a 5th grader. They are cousins of the Hilliard family, so we're really excited to have kind of more family around. That's gonna be exciting. They're super sweet. So we had 2 meetings reviewing our current teacher evaluation system, and now we're asking a board member to join our committee and help us review possible contenders to replace our current system. Staff reviewed the current system, determined that there were some things that needed to be updated were we to keep it, and decided to explore other options, but didn't quite decide that we didn't want the old one. We just kind of want to take in all of the options and decide which one's best for our school. And so now it's time to get a board member on deck to come and help us, because when we do in the MEO negotiated agreement, a board member needs to be on that committee once we decide to look at other options. We're going to begin a comparative review of the alternate evaluation frameworks, including Marzano, Charlotte Danielson, and EPOS. EPOS is the Montana version. Classroom walkthroughs have begun from the school year. I've been doing it before break, but yeah. During the first week back, I visited every class and saw some great things happening. For enhanced supports needed for students and staff this month, we'll complete the WIDA screening for qualified English language learners. So just how well they speak, listen, and write in English. Mass parent portals for sharing test scores have been set up with communication sent out to parents and guardians on how to set up their accounts. Daily morning memos are continuing to be sent out each morning. And with staff are doing morning huddles on Tuesdays to review the week ahead. That seems to be going pretty well. December was a fantastic time for our building our staff culture. There was dress up days, treats, and lots of practical jokes. Bars were installed in a little window in the gym entryway, which increased security over the winter break. I was super excited to see that. And then Caleb Richter, our custodian, and I are working on creating an agreement of services between the school and his business. This will hopefully include a schedule of service as well as what is cleaned when. For community information and engagement strategy, this month on the 23rd at 5 p.m., there will be a magical story night, family engagement activity, where students and parents will be invited to participate in a literacy escape room where they will complete puzzles and challenges while moving from booth to booth to get Aslan's crown back stolen by the White Witch. Mass through year reports have been sent out to parents as per Montana OPI guidelines. Attendance letters for the month of January have been sent out to address any students with 10 or more absences. Midterms were sent out last week. I wrote this last week. Students had the opportunity to saw a real helicopter land and Santa visited. Red Sleighs over Montana is the program. It was flown by the Mission Mountain Flying Service. The kids super loved that. They thought that was the neatest thing. If you look at our incredible matching sweaters, down below, if you look real close, there's about 3,000 Mr. Swartzwelters all over them. And it was a complete surprise, and he thought it was pretty funny. He's a good sport. His wife knew the whole time, so that was great. The staff played a plastic wrap game together for some Christmas fun. You'll see some photos there. Our wonderful speech pathologist, Danielle, was awarded the Flathead Special Ed Co-op Staff Member of the Week. And we had some guests from Hook on Fishing join in the holiday spirit. And then I forgot to add, our 7th graders had their Colonial Day, and those pictures are always fantastic, so I had to attach them here. Shannon and Teresa are working to keep our building up to scuff. They are currently arranging for every large classroom to have a lid for their trash can. It says large classroom. It's supposed to say trash can to satisfy the insurance company. Our title audit has been completed and returned with very few things to correct, one of which will be offering McKinney-Vento homeless training for all staff and getting that policy you already approved, 8100, into the school board website, which Shannon did get in for me. So that one is checked and good to go. Girls basketball practice started, and we will have a ski trip on February 6th for grades 5 through 8. And then down below, there is all of the upcoming things, every game, testing, snow and glow, ski trip, basketball games galore with their times in case you guys want to attend.
Ask you a question.
Yes.
Bars were installed on the little window. What is it?
Window that goes, it's between the two doors right here at the gym. There's like a narrow window. It's about 5.5 feet tall and this wide.
18 inches.
It was just basically a big window that if someone busted, they could just walk right into the building. And so Gary and Star.
Just next to the.
Yeah, in between the two doors. In between.
I'm like thinking like in the gym.
Oh, no, in between
Past
the
the
exteriors.
Okay.
Yeah, so that way
Thank you.
no one can sneak in or make
It's just like, where are people trying to bust their?
I'm like, what? First of all, I'm like, what little window? I mean, and then the title on it. So what the McKinney-Vento homeless training, what is that?
So McKinney-Vento is an act, but
Right.
essentially it's a portion of title money that goes to help kids that are homeless. And so they want the staff to be trained on how to recognize homelessness, how to help kids with homelessness, and what McKinney-Vento is, so that they can come to the office and say, hey, I know we have McKinney-Vento training. This kid needs XYZ, and then we can help that child.
And is that for all staff or just?
All staff. Every staff is serves a student.
So Teresa is still our homeless
Yes.
liaison, our McKinney-Vento liaison, but yeah, all staff need to know.
Because doesn't the McKinney vendor, like what qualifies someone as homeless isn't just homeless, right?
No,
Right,
it's
a
with,
lot of
in a home without a foundation, like a shed, or the staying on grandma's couch, like being displaced is also considered homeless. Living in a camper,
different- Perfect, thank you.
For the car.
or car, yep.
Hotel, even something like that, yeah.
Becky said to apologize, that she's not here, she's not feeling well. Do you want to just read her report on your own?
I did read it, but we can take a moment to fix it. Do we need to read it into the record kind of thing, or is it okay if we just?
Just attached. so that you-
Yeah, it's
Any-
attached, so anybody can just read it.
I like the pictures of the colonial days from November. Thanks for including those too.
So cute. I was
My
really
favorite.
impressed. They found a dress that fit Brooklyn. And I thought that was pretty amazing, so.
That's the.
The fishing guy has hat so tall he could get in the building.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
It was so.
he was like running, holding his hat because the wind was, yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to do that. Okay, action items, consideration of having the county run our election. I thought we did. that already.
We did that, but we never signed the form. So there is an agreement that we have to sign, so since we didn't go back in the day, we probably should pre-approve it and,
Okay,
Yeah.
I moved to have the county run our election.
thank you.
All those in favor?
I
Anyone opposed?
didn't even have discussion.
I know, right? Consideration of ordering and installing gates.
So that's just the gates for the entryways, because you guys wanted to table it for this till this month, so we did some more research.
Yeah, did we get bids or did we get?
Oh, no.
No.
No, I think Rob just wanted me to ask around and see what people had, just before we jumped into.
Yeah. I think the minutes said that the safety committee would review this and research other schools and then get bids for us. But do we want to just set an event? Do we like with lack of
I
bids?
mean, I guess first you guys need to decide like what kind of gate do you want to use?
Mhm.
Rob suggested an electric one. It's battery power, but that's still gonna be clearing a path. And that's clearing a path like right along the fence. That's somebody gonna have to go out there after it's been plowed from the county or the overlaying plowed, and you have to plow again. It's.
So are we just looking for just the two places where the cars drive in, right?
And the arms that are,
Right, and we looked at, we walked out there and looked at them last time, and it seemed like it worked on this end just fine, but on the other side, didn't we determine, Christian, remember, that like we
Yeah.
have to add like a post or
Yeah.
something, and we'd only be able to attach to one side, not both, so.
Because that's a big opening on that side.
Yeah, and it's just, it's the end of the fence on one side, right? It's not, or no, there's something there.
Yeah, but it's not anything that could support a
Right,
gate. It's just your standard chain link,
right.
small.
That's what it is. It's just the edge of the chain. So.
it potentially would be posts because depending on the reach, right, the swing, because you'd have to see how far out into the road it swings or into the cars cutting off a potential parking, essentially.
And it folds all the way back.
But
and get out there.
we talked about how that wouldn't be huge because you can always get posts and put them a little bit closer. And if it didn't attach onto a fence, technically, it could be this far from the chain.
Sure.
It wouldn't matter.
Right, a car still can't.
Yeah.
Right,
People could walk in still and it wouldn't be that. big.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how much we could get it done for. Because how much,
we could use building reserve.
the goal is to do that so that people aren't doing donuts in the parking lot and aren't dumping trash, right?
Yeah.
How much did we get charged extra for that extra trash dumping?
The tires, I think it was $30 for the tires. But then if our dumpsters are overflowing, we get charged extra for that too.
throughout the year, which tends to be an issue during the summer, which you wouldn't think we'd have any garbage, because we don't have any garbage.
We also have people coming in and filling their water tanks with our hoses. Because our hoses are out,
Yeah,
they fill their water, they pull their RVs.
So their RVs in and fill up
We
their RV.
have people come and park. I mean, there was a vehicle parked here for several days that was blacked out with cardboard, so it looked like it could have been a homeless family. And eventually I thought we figured out it was some bikers these bikers, that went all the way to Libby and they told the police that they knew us. It turned out to be someone that was like, once upon a time here one day. And I was like, you still have to let us know if you're parking in our parking lot. Like, it's fine, you just have to let us know. But over the summer, we'll get whole RVs that'll park in here and all sorts of stuff.
The other thing I could think of is like, what if like staff needed to come and work and they wanted to park? Is there a way they can open?
Yeah, it would be just like a padlock that they would all
so
know.
they would not-
Like the combo. Yeah, combo lock.
Okay.
Yeah, that just like, it's that a certain number that people that work here know. And
People who come to use the playground or whatever, I suppose they could just park on the street.
and walk in,
Yeah,
yeah.
they can still walk. There's still the walk-in gate.
Yeah.
so.
Obviously, the ground's frozen now anyway, so. Right.
Do we want to try to get some?
That's true. I do like the idea of them, and I think the simpler ones that just, like the simple one, just
Is
swing in,
Mhm.
And we used to,
not a full.
we used to have them, they just got damaged.
Yeah.
The thing is.
There haven't been any out here since I've been here. Like where they fold, like folded. Like were they full ones, like they were.
Yeah, they were
Showing all the way
regular
down?
gates. I
Okay.
thought that, I remember one at the far end, like where the buses would go in and out. And there used to be,
Actually, I do maybe remember that. Was it just one? It wasn't chain link. It was like big, like just like.
it's like the bars, yeah.
Yeah, ranch or something, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I do
Mhm.
remember that. We never closed it.
No, I don't think it was ever closed and I don't know if it got damaged or what, but. And are we missing any fencing down at that other end?
So there was, but Alex put that back up because they moved it when they put in the power to this building.
Okay,
But he put that fence back up.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess what we need then is a couple.
Like bids or
Bids,
estimates
yes,
or
thank you.
something.
Some bids, find somebody that might be able to do that. I don't know if that's something that any of our local people can do.
Should we just maybe set an amount that we're comfortable with and that way, I don't know. we don't have to keep
I don't know
revisiting.
how much.
That's
the
tough to do
gate-
without a bid.
It is, unless we have a
Yeah.
ballpark. Idea of what they might be. You know what I mean?
How much
Like,
were the gates when you were looking just for
Yeah,
actual
like-
gates?
they weren't much, they were like $300 couple a $100, piece. Yeah. $300. But then there's installation and there's, do we need?
Yeah, those were just
Concrete
concrete
from concrete.
U-line.
What size gates were they?
20 feet.
And 20 foot?
So we can do it one of two ways. We can either table it again until we get bids, or we can say we approve up to X amount, then let the.
Like Julia can approve up to 5,000.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
So if it's over 5,000, we can bring it back to the board next
Yeah.
month.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that, or we can do a community day and people get out there and get somebody out there with an auger when the ground is soft. Dig a hole.
That
Put some
might be okay, because
cement
it's
in.
not, because it's
It's
not
not
like
a
in the
safety.
building.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not in the building, so it's on the
I
ground.
could also put
Construction.
it on Facebook, like, hey, we're looking for some community people that would be willing to build this for us. If you're interested, call the school and then, because it did give a chance for the community if they wanted to get involved, they could if they wanted to.
But do we have to amend the action item now because it's the consideration for ordering and installing, so.
Right.
Technically, I ordered it. If I say, can you make it for me? I don't know, maybe.
Good question.
Or we approve to order
Order and
the gates
install.
up to her limit and
You can include a
Yes.
solution in that.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
Ordering and installing up
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
her amount, and if it goes over that, then we can bring it back.
and meanwhile, we can put our little feelers out there to see what we come up with somebody that, like I said, if we get like Chad out here to dig a hole for us, and
That's half the work, geez, with all the
Right.
rocks. up
it
there,
is, I
jeez.
know, yeah.
You start with a hole this big and pretty much you remove the rocks and the hole this big and this wide.
Yeah, so that one bag is something that you're using for, yeah.
So I'll make a motion to order and install the gates up to Julia's dollar amount. Sufficient?
I'll second that.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, appoint trustee to evaluation committee.
So I'm willing, unless anybody else is really excited about it. I'm pretty familiar with teacher evaluation
Can you
tools.
talk about some pedagogy with us?
And my understanding was when I had EPAS training, is that that was based on Charles Jennings.
Yeah, it's like a mix and yeah.
Yeah.
Hard part is now they don't standalone ones. They have,
Sure.
most states have their own and that's what they have to use.
Right.
So Montana's kind of unique that schools get to pick.
Yes, for sure. And I'm happy.
Well, that was easy.
If somebody needs to make, somebody, do you want to make that official? Somebody needs to nominate
I will
a
nominate
person.
Sherry to be on the evaluation committee.
I will say.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, consideration of approving policies by committee.
So actually, I did find these were all recommended, not required.
Mm.
All of them were.
Okay,
Finally found it today. So this is just the approval of the first reading. We'll have to approve the second reading and approve the next one.
So so why don't they put that on the policy anymore? Because that's a no.
You know, that would really be a great idea. And when I asked them, they said, well, it's required if it has to do with a law that came in through the legislative session. That was the answer I got.
Awesome.
So then I have to cross-reference every policy to make sure it wasn't from,
With the law.
I'm just glad you don't have to start at square one and type them all.
yeah. I'm
Like they told you at MTSBA. That's silly.
So this is just approving the first reading. Oh, where's my minutes? One more. Sorry, probably.
there were a few of them that we kicked out.
Some of them that did not pertain to our school and some that we actually already approved in December, or I mean,
Recently, yeah.
in October came up again, and so we
Mhm.
moved them out. So, that link should link to all the policies and to our, policy committee minutes. So all of them are accept as written. At 2335, we're gonna select option 2. And that's just about teaching, human sexuality, but we do not teach identity at our school. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay.
Mhm.
The other ones, except as written, there was a typo, in 4550. On the second page regarding whose victim is a minor, we need to remove that because it's just any victim. It doesn't matter if they were an adult or a minor.
Good catch, Cammy.
Yes.
Just follow.
The other ones are accept as written. 5321, we're gonna remove the optional language. And then the ones that have to do with sick and vacation, we are removing the verbiage that says that they must be used in half hour and full hour increments. Because we use the time clock system, so they can take it 22 minutes if they need 21 minutes of sick leave, whatever.
Just see that call. I'm gonna need about 18 minutes of sick leave today.
Well, they just put it in that they leave at
Short
3:27,
30 seconds.
whatever. So it's pretty easy.
How long it takes my Advil to kick in.
Yeah. So they'll link you in, it has the minutes there as well, so you can read them and look at the minutes.
Super organized. I love it.
So if I was on, we can.
I don't know.
I will make a motion to approve the policies first read by our committee.
Actually,
I will second that.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, moving right along, future agenda items.
Hopefully some
Gates, we'll put the gates back down there, maybe for next month.
Maybe just get the an update,
There you
maybe,
go.
maybe under information or something, or in Julia's report or your report or something.
I do have that board's leadership training is coming back to the Flathead. I don't know if Christian is interested. You guys have all gone, right?
Done a couple times.
It's February 5th at 1 p.m. And I actually might go.
It's very informative.
Yeah, it's been a few years, so I might go again.
It's just one day?
Yeah.
Oh, mine was
And
a
when
Ours were several days.
2-hour class, like for like 5 times.
Oh, yeah, this is just February 5th, one shot. Oh, gosh, kind of deal.
Is it the same people putting
What day
it
of the
on?
week is?
Thursday.
I have to see who's putting it on.
And here, if you want to run again, if you would like to run for a position, I mean, if you don't want to run, then you probably don't want to go to class. There's the application.
We do evaluations typically March. For you guys?
Gosh, I don't remember. It's on my list.
Go back and
We
look.
moved it, we moved
We
it.
moved it
we
up, but I don't
moved it
remember.
up.
I'm sorry, we moved it up.
We can look at last year.
Possibly. Or did we complete the evaluation of February and then go over it?
That might have been it.
Something like that.
Let me look in.
I can. So we did Julia's and then Shannon's, right?
And
Later.
Becky's.
And Becky's, yeah.
And we talked about this time doing it where I fill out a self-evaluation and like information and then send it to you before you guys.
Right, so you can
Evaluate.
read your thoughts
Right.
first and then.
Right.
So you did the clerk evaluation in March.
Okay. Julia's. Oh, did we do it in February? Maybe.
Yeah, so going back.
I remember we didn't do it in the same month.
Looking for the agenda, here we go.
Can't believe it's already getting to be that.
Yeah, February we did Becky and Julia's.
Okay.
Yay.
That time. So
Draft most
future agenda items we're gonna do.
Else. Principal and assistant principal, if we want to stick with the same schedule. I thought it was helpful to have that kind of out of the way. You know
Yeah,
what I mean,
before
before teacher evaluations and
Before it starts
recommendations,
getting really busy.
rehires and things, you know. Yeah. Would you mind doing that really? Sure, is that okay?
No, I just get it out of the way.
Yep. Exactly.
Hopefully I'll know I'm getting fired before that happens.
Tell you at least 24 hours.
Oh, good, thanks.
You have plenty of time to look.
Okay, we'll do Shannon's.
I'm pretty sure we already signed this for this girl, but they sent it again. That's why it's on the agenda. I think they lost it.
What about on the government? Schedule with like community people?
We haven't done that at all
Yeah.
this year.
Oh, cool. Because we just remember this Jen.
I think I thought about it multiple times, but it just seemed like we were rolling with kind of other things, and I was like, maybe I don't bring it back up. Maybe I don't want to confuse the issue here.
Can we add it to next month's
Sure.
agenda that we just
Bring that
review
up
it?
too.
Review it and maybe pick some of the things that we want.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
the governance. calendar.
Yeah.
Just so for February, January.
I don't think Susie busy.
And maybe we can just go through and pick out a few people that we want to make sure have an opportunity to come talk to us, and we just send out the invite for the next few meetings or something. Okay. I think I updated it. I can resend it out, reshare it or whatever.
Do we need to share any information about the meeting we had the other day?
I don't know if we can.
Or do we need to wait?
Need to wait.
Okay. We just wait then.
Ooh, we're mysterious.
I know,
Right
right?
now I'm definitely not.
You bring tea?
Okay. So I think we're down to our closed session for a security team update.
So, Miss Scott, and we love you.
Thanks for coming again.
I just want.
I just know.
Can you get me a board packet? I didn't get.
Oh, I emailed it to everybody.
I didn't see the email.
Send it out on Friday.
Okay, maybe I'll go.
Now I send that to everybody.
Oh, okay.
Because,
Yeah, I just thought it wasn't me, so I told you, you know.
maybe.
You're like, that doesn't pertain to me.
I know, that's not me. I'm not going. Yeah, I got.
So Deb, it's just the agenda, and then you pull up the agenda, you have to pull up the blue links and print them off. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
We are now closing the meeting.
So we need to approve the minutes of our closed session?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I move to approve the minutes of our closed session.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you. Okay, Rob's not here.
Oh, I'll move to adjourn.
At 5:40.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Bye.
Aye. Anyone opposed?
See y'all in February.